And I'm back again, this time to tell you about a tale of two birds. So, I have an image of this bird I found in my backyard. Probably wondering, what is that? Yes, it's a pigeon. Pigeon with no head and hollowed out. Very disturbing image. Apparently, from what I understand, it's a hex. Someone wanted to put a hex on me. And again, this is from what I understand. I found the bird in my backyard just a month ago, this poor pigeon. And crazy enough, this was not the first time. This is the second dead bird I found in my backyard. The first one I found was 18 months ago. I woke up one morning and stepped out into the backyard to throw something out, and I noticed something unusual on the ground. It was dark out still, but as I approached it, I saw that it was a dead bird. The bird was black with a white bill and red eyes and what looked to be like feet like a duck would have. And so I'm thinking this bird's coming from somewhere that, some kind of a water source, like a lake or a pond or something. And I'm nowhere near any type of water source, many miles away. And in fact, I'm in a desert. But yet somehow this bird managed to find its way to my backyard and break its neck. So I figured, well, maybe it was flying at night. Never really heard of birds really flying at night, but hey, it was flying at night and crashed into my house and broke its neck, and there it is, dead. But I decided that I can't leave this in the backyard, this poor thing, so I got a plastic bag and threw it in the bag and threw the bird into the trash, and at the time I thought nothing of it, but now that I look back and reflect on what I did, I realized that that was probably the worst thing I could have done, because soon after, it was like a chain reaction of one crazy, horrible thing after another. My health was in such terrible condition. I couldn't breathe. I had to go to the ER, found myself on medication for a very long time. I was highly stressed, having anxieties. Things at work were horrible. It was just, very out of control. I couldn't get any control. And I've never experienced so much devastation in such a short amount of time. I managed to get my health back on track. Again, it took some time. It's just starting now to feel better. And things at work are getting better also. But, and so with other things in my life. But next thing you know, I'm walking out in my backyard. This time it's middle of the day. And here we go again. Another dead bird. And this time it's the pigeon, the headless pigeon. Oh, gosh. So I started to ask around, what in the world? What's going on? I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. Spoke to an older relative coming from the old part of the world who's familiar with these things. Kind of grew up in a background with it, in fact. So I always have like a good resource to run to. But I mentioned that this was the second time, and I explained to them the first time what happened and the things that occurred soon after throwing the bird in the trash, and sent them a picture of what this one looked like, which was far more progressed than the cute little black bird that was lying in my backyard. This one, this pigeon, oh dear Lord, poor thing. Yeah, body is hollow, no head. There's paint. Something was written on it, on the wings. It looked like it was plucked, and it smelt like it was burnt. So talking to the individual, the family member, seems that the bird being hollow was a form of no vitality, removing all the organs that are for life. No head is, wishing for the soul to be detached from the body, that way to control the victim, sort of like a voodoo doll almost. Painting on the bird is to write the intent of what the spellcaster wishes to do to the individual. And then the burning and the plucking again, I guess, is more loss of vitality, you know. So I hesitated to throw this one away, knowing that I just went through this 18 months earlier. Oh boy. And so, I was thinking about that old saying that, you do it once, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. So I said, I don't want to be in that predicament where I'm going to be the one who's going to have to say shame on me because I didn't learn from the first time. So I've had to figure out what I needed to do. What am I going to do? And so I started asking around, talking to others, see what they had to say. But it was going back to the elder individual in the family that provided me with the best remedy for this problem, or for this poor soul or bird. So I'm going to discuss the remedy in the next sharing. So hang in there, and let's catch up soon.